Dallas, I have the match queued up, but before we get to that,
Mhm.
you are a student of the game and the growth of Randy Savage from the WWF to WCW and having that opportunity to have a one-on-one pay-per-view match with him in 1997. What did that mean to you?
Poof. It literally changed my life like so dramatically. I mean, I could never really do it justice, but at a time in 1997, and we were white hot.
Yeah.
And I would never, I'm the one who came up with, Kevin Scott, doing the hug with Kev. He's back to me. Scotty hand gives me the hand, boom, pull him into the cutter and take off through the crowd. That was Bischoff who gave me that, taking off through the crowd. But that was my idea. And it only happened because of Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Like those guys made that happen. And when Randy, who I'd been talking to for years, that since he'd been there, and when he would give me just little tips here and there, and when he saw how hot that was, he's the one who went to Bischoff. Like I couldn't request that.
Right.
I was requesting two of my brothers, who Kevin I came up with at the bottom of the card as tag team guys. I created Scott Hall's look of the bad guy, which would come Diamond Stud, which would become Razor Ramon.
Right.
There was a lot of brotherhood there of helping each other throughout the years, and responsible for bringing those guys in to WCW. So that was made, but for Randy to say I want to work with him, and then we use Kimberly because this is the forehand stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people who were around at that time will remember Kimberly was in different Playboys, like their satellite magazines, like Blondes, Brunettes, and Redheads. She'd done a bunch of different topless, shots, and she was being, the Diamond Doll. She was being Kimberly, and about 5 months before that magazine came out, I was out to dinner with Bish having a couple of beers, and I said, I got to tell you something. He said, what's up? I go, well, Playboy is about to have a celebrity nudes subscription, and it's going to be of everybody from Jenny McCarthy, Cindy Crawford, Pamela Anderson, like everybody, and Kim and me. He's like, what? What do you mean you? What do you mean Kim? And I go, well, Kim's done some, she's done some stuff for Playboy before, and because she's a part of our show. He's like, what are you talking about, though? I go, well, she's going to be like putting on her dress, just starting, while I'm putting, lacing up my boots. He was like, are you out of your mind? He goes, you have a morality clause in your contract. They could get rid of you. And I said, well, if they do, they do. Maybe Vince will do something with it. And that was the conversation, how I remember it. There's my story, there's Eric's story, and the real story. But that was real. And we didn't know, I think it might have been 3 to 5 months. I don't remember how much time it was, but it was enough time for me to get really over after that NWO thing. When I dropped those guys, that put me on a rocket that, man, for Randy to come in and want to work with me, and we used the, exposing Kimberly, so to speak, and it was, Kimberly only had 2 pages, but they liked it so much because we were both in those pages, they said, we want to do another shoot, and they gave her 6 pages. So it was wild, man. Randy came out with Liz, and they spray painted NWO over her nipples and her butt.
Yep.
And we were off to the races, man. And what we're about to watch, Randy, we were on the road that whole month in the main event on top.
Yep.
And so we'd wrestled enough times. And every time, the finish, every single time, I'm getting killed. Like, you remember the NWO left me laying so many times. But maybe I'd sneak and get Bagwell and Vince with a diamond cutter and escape through the crowd. But most times I got left laying by the NWO, took Randy's finish, everything, everybody's finish. The night before. Now this is the day I turned 41. My April 5th, the night before, we were in South Carolina. And Arn Anderson, who was our agent, came in. And it's about the age what we're about to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And Arn came in and he looked at Randy. He said, "So what do you want to do tonight, man?" And he looked around, he's tying his boots, cinched it up, and "I think I want to take the diamond cutter." And went back down the lace of his boots. And Arn looked at me, and I looked at Arn like, well, and Arn was like, "Wow, well, Diamond, I guess we know what that could do for your career." And I'm thinking, of course, yeah, but it's dark. And today, there's no such thing as dark.
Right.
Because everyone's got a phone, everyone's got a camera, but no one back then had one, and no one saw it coming. So what happened is, we go out there and we have a hell of a match and get to the end. Randy beat me down the whole time, and I kept fighting back, and the crowd was so hot. And man, only the way he could have called. Like, I laid out everything, so did he. And Randy never took any ridicule for it. I did, from everybody.
Yes.
Everybody does it now. That's how everyone does it. And for me, it was preparation with improvisation. And so we're out there, and I'm about, for the last time to blow that comeback, and Randy stopped me, and friggin' grabbed me in that slam, and he went diamond cutter. And we went right to it, boom. Like, he could feel it. He could feel it because he had such good heat on me. I came back a little bit, go to slam, then he stops me, and then boom, we go into the cutter, and it literally blew the roof off. And I'm laying there, flat on my back. Randy's friggin' on his back, and we're looking up at the lights, and it was so loud, and the rumbling started where neither one of us, it's like we both got shot with a cannon, and we're laying there, and I hear, "Well, guess we know what we're doing for a spring stampede." And every one of the boys who has gotten to that level will tell you, you never believe it until it happens. Because the first time you think, like, "Oh, we're going to put the strap on you," until they do it, until you're in the ring and you got that count and you hold that gold or that match and you win that match, it's not really going to happen.
Right.
And you just got to go with that, because that's part of this business. Because most times someone's going to get that finish changed. And in this scenario, they couldn't, because Randy, like Hulk, he owned his own. If something was happening out there, he approved it.
Right.
So he literally, on my 41st birthday, pulled me up and in. And again, this match we're about to watch, when people say to you, "What's your favorite match?" You expect it to be the world title match, which it's right there. But this match was bigger than that match, because this match it started it all. It changed my life dramatic to this day.
Yep.
There would be no DDP yoga. There would be no DDP yoga, because no one would have believed that, okay, now he's doing this yoga thing. No, it's a healing thing.
Yes.
Look at Lex, look at Butterbean, look at Jake, look at Scott, all the guys Scotty Riggs. There's so many guys. And that's just there. Forget all the real people. Yep. Tens of thousands, and it's real, but it never would have happened without that base that believed in Dallas Page, the man. And if he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it.
He's going to do it. And we're going to do it right now. Everybody's got the link in the description underneath us. Have it queued up. Make sure that you're going to enjoy this with us. It is one of my favorite matches of all time. It is courtesy of the WWE Vault. It is DDP versus Randy Savage. No disqualification match from Spring Stampede 1997. Dallas, I'm going to do a 5-second countdown. And at 5, we're going to hit play. You ready?
You got it, baby.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hit play.
We're on.
Now, that epic shot that we're going to see of the pan, and we actually hit play before we hit record because we want to make sure all our stuff is working. And the first thing you hear is the NWO music.
Man, that was great music.
Back, right?
Oh, that was great music, man. Kevin Nash used to call it porn music.
Yeah.
Look at Randy and Liz. God bless them both.